green grass, underneath the blue sky, looking at a good man who ought to be the right guy. He's got the kind of heart that any girl would die for. So how could I want more? How could I want more? Treats me like a princess, lets me have it my way. I could tell he's hanging on every word that I say. All he does is love me, swears that's what he's here for. So how could I want more? How could I want more? More fire, more feeling, more stars than what I'm seeing, more hope for what I find behind that door. More power, more passion, instead of just acting like I'm the one that he's been looking for. I ought to say I'm sorry, I ought to say it's over.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have a kind of an update. I don't know if that's really what you want to call it. I'm doing this video and I'm gonna attach a video later with my husband once we do that one. But I am on cycle day 12, and am I still not supposed to look?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
I'm on cycle day 12, and I have been tracking my ovulation since cycle day 5. And I just want to show you these, just a quick little video to add on to the video that I'm about to do with my husband in a little bit. I've never had this happen before, so if you have, maybe you can explain it to me. I don't understand. So I know these tests are not positive. I know this. I'm not ovulating yet. What?
Can you take it out?
But I'm not understanding why these lines are, still pretty dark. And now these tests have dried. I did take one today and it's still kind of pink. So it hasn't dried all the way yet, but I've never had this happen where my tests are showing a strong test line on ovulation tests this many days in a row. So here we go. These are all of my ovulation tests from cycle day 5. And of course, this is the test line on all of them. But it just seems like I don't understand why they're still this dark on cycle day 5. Maybe it's the Conceive Easy I'm taking. Maybe it's preparing my body for ovulation. I don't know, but I've never had that happen. So if you have experience with that, please drop a comment below and give me your take on what happened with you. But here in a little bit, I am gonna attach a video with my husband talking about the 3-year anniversary of our first miscarriage together. So stay tuned for that. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I just want to do a quick video. I am going to attach this to a video I did yesterday, and hopefully I'll have a video with my husband today talking about the 3-year anniversary of our miscarriage, which is tomorrow. So in my video from yesterday, I talked about my ovulation test, and I've mentioned I've been taking myofolate, my prenatal vitamins, and Conceive Easy. Now,
Mama,
what?
what can I dry this with?
You're just gonna have to let it air dry. You're not gonna be able to reach inside of it.
Yeah.
Well, go get the towel from your room. But anyways, I was saying yesterday how my ovulation tests have almost been positive since day 5. And I wasn't sure I was going to ovulate. I usually get a positive ovulation test on day 17. So I guess really I ovulate between day 18 and day 19. Guys, I am day 13 today. And about to show you my ovulation test is super positive today. And it's crazy because I have been having so much pain in my left ovary and a lot of discharge. And I was like, God, this is so weird. Like, I usually don't experience this. And it makes sense because I'm about to ovulate and I am so freaking excited. Like, I've never had an ovulation test show up this positive this fast. Like, look. That line is so dark. It is so dark. So I think this myofolate and this Conceive Easy is really helping me as far as ovulation wise. I don't think I've ever had this positive of an ovulation test, like ever. And this early too. Like I'm so happy that I'm ovulating early. Like I'm just so excited right now. Fingers crossed that this is our month, and hopefully in 2 weeks I will have an update. Hopefully my cycle won't be as long this time. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So
Hello.
this is Emmy. She's being a little crazy today.
Diaper.
What? Go play. But today is August 1st. And I am finally getting a video up on YouTube. It's the video of me and my husband discussing the 3-year anniversary of our first loss together, which is today. Today marks 3 years that we lost our pregnancy, our first pregnancy together. And it also marks the 4th pregnancy that I lost. So I'm going to do these in 2 different parts because I have some other videos to add into this one, some other little updates that I have for you guys. And I just wanted to do a 2-part video, one with me and him and I, whatever, and then one of just me and my take on everything. So I'll probably repeat some of the things I already said in this other video, but that's fine. I don't care. This video is not going to be as long as the other one. The other one is pretty long, so I apologize. Bear with me on it. It is what it is. Sometimes you have really long videos and sometimes you have 5-minute videos, so it'll be all right. It's been about a week or so since I updated you guys on anything or posted any type of video, so I guess you're getting a whole bunch of videos today. But so yeah, 3 years ago today we went in for an ultrasound, and I feel like I had like so many ultrasounds with that pregnancy just because when I found out I was pregnant, my HCG was only 18, and that is super low, especially for me having been 4 weeks. Yeah, I was about 4 weeks, 2 days when I found out I was pregnant, and my HCG was low. So they were already monitoring me. They were already cautious. So I had a lot of ultrasounds done. And this was pretty much the last ultrasound that I was going to have, because at this point, I should have been 8 weeks. Yes, I should have been around 8 weeks. And at that point, if there was going to be anything on the ultrasound, this is the time that it would have shown up. This is when we should have had a heartbeat, all of this. And my HCG, I might add, was going up like it should have. So it was doubling and it was rising. So HCG, I guess, isn't always an indication that you're going to miscarry. It absolutely can be if it doesn't start out right, and if it doesn't go up like it should, it's absolutely most likely an indication that you're going to lose the pregnancy. However, mine kept going up. So at this point, should have been, like I said, 8 weeks. Went in for the ultrasound early in the morning. It was me, my husband, my sister, and I believe my niece. In the video that I'm posting right now, I'm waiting for it to upload to YouTube, I said my daughter was there. That is incorrect. It was my niece. My daughter was still in Washington State with her father. I couldn't remember. I knew there was a child there. I just couldn't remember if it was mine or my niece. But, yeah, so we went in early in the morning, and I was supposed to have a full bladder, and I thought I did. Apparently I didn't. So the first part of the ultrasound they do, they did the abdominal ultrasound, like on top of the belly. And I mean, kind of right away, we figured things weren't good. Because she kind of mentioned, you know, is your bladder full? And I was like, well, I thought it was. She's like, well, I can't really see anything because I don't think your bladder's full. I was like, okay. So I went and I peed, emptied out what I had in there, came back. She did the transvaginal ultrasound. And right away, we just knew. I'm going to get emotional, so I apologize in advance. I'm already ready to cry. I've held this in, like, for a week, so, and I didn't cry in my video with my husband, so this is the time it's going to happen. But as soon as she started the ultrasound, we just knew. I knew. I don't know if my husband or my sister had caught on, but I've had so many ultrasounds done that I just knew what was happening. So we're looking at the screen, and the last time I had an ultrasound, there was 2 sacs. This time, there was 1. And there was no fetal pull. There was no heartbeat. There was no baby. There's nothing. It was completely empty sac, and we just, before she even said anything, I just kind of went silent, like, I didn't know how to feel. And it's not done yet. It's almost done. And so she tells us, you know, there's no heartbeat. There's no fetal pull. She told us all this, and then we went into the room to wait for my doctor to come in, and he comes in, and he shut my door. Shut the door. Go get her. Gosh, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So we go into the room, and we're waiting on my doctor to come in and basically just confirm what we already knew. And so he comes in and he tells us, you know, he's sorry for our loss, and he wanted to let us know what our options were, because I was already about 8 weeks and I had not yet started bleeding. So we go over 1, letting me pass this on my own, or 2, I can have a DNC. And if you don't know what a DNC is, basically you get put under anesthesia, and they go in and they pretty much, they dilate your cervix and they suction everything out. And I had already been through 1 DNC. I had a DNC on July 20th, 2012. And then I just decided, you know, I don't really want to pass this on my own, because I could be waiting and waiting and waiting for this to happen. And so we decided DNC was the best choice. But at this time, my insurance was acting crazy, and I had to wait 11 days for a DNC. And it was very hard to do this because my insurance was acting up. We had to do so many different things, jump through so many hoops just to get this surgery. And so finally, like a day or 2 before the DNC, before I was supposed to go in for a DNC, I did start bleeding. And, you know, I let him know, and he's like, you know what, I still want to go ahead and do this surgery to make sure we get everything out. There's no scar tissue left behind, you know, we want to cover our bases. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And as I said in the video, in part 1 of this video, I feel like that was the biggest mistake I ever made. It messed my body up, I'm not gonna lie, and I messed my own body up. It's partially my fault too, because we started trying again, like, the same week I had my surgery, guys. As soon as I stopped bleeding, we were right back into trying, and it was the worst thing I could have done. Like with my daughter, I had my D&C July 20th, and I got pregnant with my daughter a few weeks after. So I thought I could just do this again, and that was not the case. It was horrible. I had a horrible experience with this pregnancy, and I had a horrible experience with the miscarriage. It was all around hard, and I struggled, and I still struggle. I struggled a lot for the first 2 years, and my anxiety came into play big time. This is when I was officially diagnosed with it, was after that miscarriage. My anxiety and depression was, it was at an all-time high. I couldn't work. I could not make any sense out of anything. And to make it worse, like a couple days after, I'm pretty sure it was a few days after that last ultrasound, I had to fly out to Washington, and I had to bring my daughter home. So not only was I dealing with a miscarriage, I was also dealing with having to fly to Washington and right back to Indiana in a 24-hour time period with a toddler. My daughter was only 16. Oh, how old was she? She just turned 3. So it was rough. It was super rough, and she had no idea yet. She already knew that I was having a baby, so she knew she was going to be a big sister, but she didn't know that I had lost the baby. And so explaining to her that the baby had, passed away, and it was so hard. Like, going through a miscarriage when you don't have kids is hard already, but when you already have a child or children and going through miscarriages, guys, it's so much harder, because it's like, do you tell them? Do you not tell them? How do you keep this from them? How do you keep them from seeing you like this? Like, it's a lot of emotions, and it's a lot of stuff to deal with. And for me, it was devastating, because we wanted that baby so bad, or babies. I believe in my heart that it was twins. I believe it was a boy and a girl. That's just my gut feeling. Just like with my daughter, I knew it was a girl. I just knew. And I think it's crazy, because I'm very good at predicting genders of babies. Like with my best friend, I knew she was having a boy for her second child. I just knew it, and she was. And then my daughter's dad and her stepmother just had a baby. So my daughter is a big sister finally, just not from me, on her dad's side. I had a dream that they were going to have a boy. And a couple weeks later, they find out they're having a boy. And then I had a dream. We just went down to Georgia last week to get her. I had a dream that she was going to go into labor while my daughter was still there. And I kid you not, she went into labor the day they dropped her off to me at the hotel. So, freaking crazy. I don't know. Maybe I'm psychic. Who knows? But, yeah, that's my gut feeling, is that it was twins and that it was a boy and a girl. So, yeah, it was rough. We were really excited, but also cautiously optimistic, and unfortunately it had ended the way it did, and we've had to deal with it. I think more so me, I've had to deal with it more over the last 3 years than what he has, because I think men are better at coping with this type of thing than we are, just because it's not their bodies going through it, so they don't really understand the physical aspect of it and what it does to you emotionally when your body's going through all these changes. So I think I definitely dealt with it a lot better than what he did. Or no, he dealt with it a lot better than what I did. I dealt with it horribly. But I'm better with it. I'm getting there. I don't think I'll ever accept it. I don't think I'll accept any of my miscarriages, but I'm at a place now where I'm finally happy for other people when they get pregnant. And for me, that was a big struggle for the last 10 years almost. I was angry at the world. I was angry at everything, and I just could not be happy for people. Like, as bad as that sounds, I just couldn't do it. I could not find anything in me to be happy for someone if they were pregnant, even if it didn't matter their circumstance. I was just really angry at the world, and I'm finally at a place mentally where I'm like, you know, I'm genuinely happy for people. I'm genuinely happy that people I know are getting pregnant, and watching people who've gone through the struggles I've gone through, that they're finally getting their happy ending. Like, I'm mentally in a lot better place. So I'm very happy and proud of that. But that concludes my take on the miscarriage. I don't want to go too much into it because then we'd be here all night. But I did want to say that I did get something in the mail today. I ordered it last weekend, and I really didn't think anything of when it would come. I just saw, I was having some alcoholic beverages at a friend's house last weekend, and I was on Facebook, and I'm scrolling, and I see these bracelets, and it's called Pura Vida. If you don't know who it is, go check them out. Their bracelets are really cool, and it's not a sponsored video. I just really love them. So I was like, oh, this is really cool. I really want this. It was a bracelet. It was a pink and blue bracelet. And if you don't know, pink and blue represents miscarriage, pregnancy loss awareness. I was like, I really want this. And I asked my husband, I was like, is it okay if I order this? It's only like $10. And he's like, yeah, that's fine. So I bought it on Saturday, and it shipped out. And I get home today, and it's in my mailbox. And this is the bracelet. This is what it looks like. And I was like, you know, what a great present to get on the day of our anniversary of our miscarriage. Like, I don't know. It just felt really good to get this today. And I love it. And I also got a mystery one too, which I also really like. So yeah, go check them out if you want. Pretty cool bracelets, pretty cheap too. They're not very expensive. I thought that was pretty awesome. But I think this video is just about done uploading. And I will have this video on there here soon, and I'll include the updates from a few other videos that I have. Yeah, and that's what I have for you guys right now. I will talk to you all later.